slow zoom in. It's like looking back on a memory. It automatically has a subjective feeling like you're the one who's there. This is so well edited. This is one of the best segments in gaming history. There's one opening in gaming history that stands out to me besides the Final Fantasy VIII opening, which we covered recently, and that is Chrono Cross. I think it has one of the most memorable and one of the most meaningful openings to me personally that I remember watching as a kid and just being super inspired from a filmmaking standpoint. And the music use and everything is just top notch. I want to go back and look at it and let's break down why I think it's one of the best, if not the best, gaming openings in history. Let's check it out. If you've been enjoying our time together, make sure to watch some of the other videos we covered on this channel. So to me, one of the most beautiful openings, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's look at it. Let's see what they have to say here. The opening of the book instantly feels nostalgic and also like we're beginning a journey or we're looking back on a journey. What was the start of all this? When did the cards of fate begin to turn? Perhaps it's impossible to grasp that answer now from deep within the flow of time. Really love the kind of mood that it brings, and it brings a real sense, like I said, nostalgia to me, even before I watched it, and that's what I like about it. But for certainty, back then we loved so many, yet hated so much. We hurt others, we hurt ourselves. Yet even then we ran like the wind, whilst our laughter echoed under cerulean skies. Beautiful, beautiful poetry. And to start with this sort of poem, the music comes out of a memory feeling and then brings us into action. When the music transitions there, from a memory to active action. And the energy of music. Beautiful, beautiful imagery and color explosion from that nostalgic sort of torch-lit orange. So much kinetic energy and expression of the characters and the way they're moving. And it's just one of the most iconic songs ever. I really think so. So beautiful. Incredible character design here. Now I think this next segment is one of the best. Slow zoom in. It's like looking back on a memory. It's like, does she know we're there? Is it something I'm remembering from my past? And then she turns, it's like, oh, it is, you know, relative to me being there. And then we go from subjective to, you know, inside her eyes. So great, it brings you back. Amazing. And again, the passage of time from child to baby to adult. Man, what a great logo reveal. It just explodes, you know, into the, he falls into the logo at the end as it appears and stuff. It's just absolutely masterful. And what's cool here is, much like the FF8 one, it's really working on building mood very strongly and kind of leaning into just sort of mise en scène, like the feeling of what's happening, the atmosphere of the game and what's going to be presented. It's totally out of context, but it perfectly encapsulates the feeling of this game and all the scenes. And it's a hard thing to do. You know, it's a hard thing to do, but the music is just so well done. I think it, you know, it goes without saying that Yasunori Mitsuda, who wrote the song, is just absolute, you know, master, and is incredible, because I think that's why it means so much to so many people, is the music inadvertently sticks in your memory and kind of solidifies all these images in our memories as well. So I'll look at a couple of the shots in detail. Like I said, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying our time. Hop in our Discord and let me know what to react to next. But I love the beginning. Like I said, the poem, it's actually lit by source light, which we can see with this lamp right here. And I love that it has a little bit of play to it. It has a little bit of life to it. It's organic. You can see the light and the shadow playing across the pages. And it's cool because in a game opening, at the time, they didn't really use voice acting in games as much. It's in some games, but it's quite rare, used in kind of, you know, limited ways. Because of the space that it would take to store. So I like how they have the written poem on the page, because it feels like a character looking back, and also the poem is talking about back then, right? We ran like the wind, we hurt others and we hurt ourselves. And again, this sets the mood for the game. It's telling you what happened, right? We loved so many yet hated, we hurt others and we hurt ourselves. And it's like, are they saying, you know, what does this poem mean? Is it saying we were hurt because we hurt? You know, is it one of those things where like violence really hurts you when you cause it to other people? It hurts you just as much. Or are they saying, you know, literally, we fought battles, they hurt us, we hurt them? There's just so many awesome kind of like thematic questions being raised here. And then it makes you wonder, what's the story going to be? And then, you know, you get that answered right here. But it's just such a beautiful poem. Again, I really like it. What was the start of all this? The cogs of fate. Again, laying down thematic kind of questions. Fate. Okay, fate's going to be involved. Time, flow of time. Right? These kind of moral questions. Is it right to hurt others? We were hurt too. You know, but even then, we ran like the wind, lost our laughter. It's kind of looking back like, but you know, it was a good life. It was a good life, and I'm glad that we did it. And looking back, so it's very meaningful, I find. And then this first image just is so strong when the music begins. A little flourish in the flute, and then instantly we get all these images. Fantasy creatures, dragons. Love it. So good. Yeah, beacon being lit. It's all out of context. His eyes open. Yeah. Really nice cutting to the music throughout here. The opening of the eyes, and then we cut to this frozen flame. Really great character reveal there for Kid. I like that. Now, this has plagued me for so long, as far as I know. This shot is not in the game. This CG scene is not in the game. This is clearly Termina, or Termina, however you would pronounce it. And this is not in the game, right? Am I insane? Where is this used in the game? And all these years I've been like, did I miss this scene? I want to see it. And I think also the kind of most, like, depressing thing about this, if I was to use that word, it would be the most sort of depressing, tragic thing about all these PS1 games, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, Chrono Cross, all these environments, like this is Termina, were 3D environment. They existed somewhere. They were rendered, and then they take, essentially in this, they rendered a movie from it by capturing the frames and animating it, but the pre-rendered backgrounds that you see are taken from 3D environment, a screenshot of a 3D environment, which is what we have here, right? And what's sad is, like, this view, like, that's a house you can walk into in the game, and it's where you meet what's his name, the guy with the, you know, the fencing saber and everything. It's gone. Like, these assets don't exist, and what's so sad about that is, if they hadn't deleted these assets, which was standard practice back then, for sort of like remakes and remasters, they could just re-render this in like 4K, like amazing detail and stuff. So it's super interesting. This is like one of the only fragments we have of essentially lost media, right? Like the elements of that media are gone forever. And it's a fascinating thing to think about. But anyways, a little tangent there. I love it though, the little expressions, anger and sadness. It's relating back to the book for me. The emotions that we felt during that time. And what a striking shot. What a striking shot of the two moons and the colors and just beautiful composition, because we have the orange here, but then we have the orange and the red here, but then there's blue, and it's just beautiful blending of orange and blue, which is a complementary harmony. Of course, to have those is very clever. And there's all this happening. We hurt others. We were hurt. Are these two friends? Are they allies? What's happening? Did he just attack her? And I love the song because that part has almost, it has like a sadness to it. That note, how it lingers. It's like a mourning feeling to it, you know? So much emotion. So cool. Links. Son of a gun. Pain, feeling, and sadness. And then we get this respite. And again, I think this is one of the best segments in gaming history. It automatically has a subjective feeling like you're the one who's there, right? It feels like a memory, and the music is just so tender. And the turning, it's like you're looking back on a moment that you had, you know, with a friend. And the smile too, it's a familiar smile. It's a smile of someone that knows you, right? Not one that a stranger would make. music goes in. Come on, it's just so well edited and so well done. And the characters turning, this part has always stuck with me too. I love that. The repetition of them turning. It's just, it serves as character intros. It serves as sort of a thematic feeling of like, okay, we're all turning now. It's like something is happening. You know, there's an event happening. Luca, saw that Luca frame in there, right? Let's see that. Ooh, looking scary. Yeah, for the Chrono Trigger fans, getting some questions raised there as well. Love it. Like I said, he kind of falls into the logo. So clever. And again, just for the time it was made, like, what in the world, man? It's so well done. And I think, you know, for all those reasons, you know, it has stuck with us over the years. And I think it is one of the best ever done. I think FF8 takes it for me in just the filmmaking, because it doesn't rely as much on text. But it's funny because FF8 also opens with text. It's a very, very similar opening, but I think not quite as long, and they get right into the sort of the shot selection a little bit quicker. But I do love this in its own way with the poem. I think it's so strong, and this song, man, I think it's just, there's nothing like it. Chrono Cross soundtrack and Chrono Trigger soundtrack are like untouched. And as far as the sort of like subgenre that Mitsuda works in, is Mitsuda-san is absolutely legendary and a feeling like no other. So, anyways, I think it's one of the best. What do you guys think? If you were to rate it, or better yet, tell me what other old kind of nostalgic game openings you like. Do you rank it higher than this, and would you like me to look at it? But thank you guys so much for watching.